Want to be a guest, push the request. Before I start the show, I want to say something directly for the ass men podcaster that can't create original content because no woman would ever call your show. So what you do is you stalk my page all day and you say you do reaction videos. But the truth of the matter is you're we have all this conversation about men, well, excuse me, women being so masculine. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a man trait. A man can't build his own page.
Oh,
He can't do it on his own.
okay.
So we got to find a woman to eat up off of. Because
Okay.
they're not doing it because they really want to give information. No, these are small penis nobodies that never get attention, can't do it on their own. They got to come to my page. One thing I would say about Kevin Samuels, he was original with his content because even though he said things harsh at times to women still caught his show.
I was gonna let her just get this rant off, but she's literally doing Kevin Samuels content right now, right in front of our faces. This is what she does now. She disguises it as the Kendra G show and all that, but we're gonna get into
Because I
that.
would be surprised that women will call him up just for him to read them for filth. But guess what? He had enough swag to get women to call him directly. Oh, you bitch ass man, y'all a different breed. Goofy. And some of y'all got wives. That means they gonna give birth to babies.
Ooh,
Men make babies.
okay.
Oh, I'm gonna let it know what it is.
What is
It's
it?
actually really sad.
Oh,
It's actually really sad that y'all follow men who ain't never did nothing in life. They can't build the original content. If I die tomorrow, they would get evicted. If I went to go see Jesus tomorrow, they will be evicted because they will have no content to pay their rent. How important I am to these podcasters, no original content, Negroes.
okay.
And women that date have kids. And that's why we got kids walking the earth because of the men. So, hello. I know you're here. You were probably here first. You were probably here first because
Okay.
what else are you gonna do with your time? What are you gonna do? Nobody would know you at all. So there you have it. Now let's do our show.
Well, guess I'm one of the men she's talking about now. So I am your host, J Stat, and we'll be going over some Kendra G nonsense, some more of it. Now this is gonna be the same clip. She said all this and then proceeded to have
Accepting her
this
place in the
young
dating
lady
market.
on here.
Just show me the wall. Flash, I'm gonna get you too, but you're gonna have to sit up.
So we're gonna go over
Um,
Miss Jess first.
hey Jess.
Hey,
Hi. What's your name, baby?
my name's Jessica,
Jessica, where you calling me from?
Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile. This is
All
for
right.
you.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Um, what you do for a living?
I'm actually a principal at a school.
Principal. Okay. You have any children?
Principal.
I do have one. She's 7.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
Okay.
I have not.
And so we got Jessica. What's your zodiac sign?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Sagittarius.
So we got Jessica, Mobile, Alabama, 30, Sagittarius, principal, mom to a 7-year-old. I'm
Yes,
never
ma'am.
married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I need somebody that's going to provide, that is well rounded and, everything around the house. I don't want to have to call nobody if, I got a leak, if I need my yard fixed. I just need somebody well rounded
Plumbing,
and
lawn care.
providing all things. And that's a follower of Jesus Christ as well.
Okay. Um, what's your deal breakers?
Oh, I can't take no mama boys.
Mama boy?
Mm-mm. No Trump supporters, and That's all I can think of at the
Okay. Um, did he look a certain way?
I feel like I'm over the stage of the way that people look. I'm kind of gearing towards I like them a little ugly now,
You
just a
like them look
tad bit,
ugly?
a little ugly. I don't need everybody looking at them.
They call that medium ugly.
Medium ugly. That's it.
They call 'em-
That's not cute. If ladies, if you're calling men that, don't do that. You would not like it if we were calling you medium ugly.
medium
You
ugly.
wouldn't.
Okay.
I like my women medium ugly. What, sir? What does that mean?
Did he make a certain amount of money?
Yes. I need at minimum 6 figures.
So minimum 100K in Mobile, Alabama.
Already,
That's like a
yep.
millionaire, right?
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
6 figures. So if he made 75K, you couldn't mess with him. Woo!
I provide a pretty luxurious lifestyle for myself and my child. Got coming in matching or below me, it's just not gonna work.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
But if he had 75, that would be 75K in addition to what you already have.
Whose point is that? Why are we not just moving along with your questions, Kendra? Kendra Samuels.
So wouldn't that be an increase? Or you're saying you want to meet a man and you don't want to pay no more bills ever again?
The latter. Meet a man, I ain't trying to pay no more.
Was that the dynamic you have with your son's father?
No. I don't feel like that doesn't count though.
Does it not count? You have a whole child by that man.
Mm, it doesn't count. It
Well,
don't
let me
count.
say this. Okay, let me say
Okay.
this to you. Maybe to you it doesn't count, but it will count to men. Okay. So I think women, you got to understand the male's perspective. So what you're telling me is and not saying that it's not going to happen, but here's the ask. If a man doesn't make more than you, he's out, right? So if there's a man that doesn't make 6 figures, you won't even give him an opportunity, period. Now, but you had a whole child by a man who didn't make 6 figures, and now you want a 6 figure man to take care of you and your child. So you got to understand the male's mind and how he may say, well, how is that fair?
If you watch Kendra G's content, she didn't used to bring this kind of stuff up. She would ask you what you want, what your preference is, and then move along. All this back and forth that she does now, sounding like Kevin, bringing up his points. This is new stuff. I'm not sure, not really sure why she does it yet.
Like I have to take care of you and your kid, and I make this amount of money, which I had to work to make
Hmm.
this amount of money. That doesn't matter to you?
I don't feel like I'm asking somebody on the first date to bring a W-2 to the table. So I wouldn't
No,
say
you're
like
not. But you just told
it
me right now if a man figures don't even reach out to you. So at the door, you're not giving a man a shot if he doesn't make more than 100K. And I think, and I'm not saying that you won't get this man, but you
hmm.
already X'd out men who basically your baby daddy couldn't even those requirements, and he got a baby out of it.
Right. We live and learn, but
Oh, brother, this guy
You
stinks!
live and learn. What is the? I'm gonna let Kendra keep
understand.
going because she's gonna bring it up.
Wow,
I
you the
know I don't
principal
even
too.
really
Let's
need to
keep
say it.
going. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
I'm in my jammies because it's nighttime.
Okay.
What we thinking, fellas? 100K? Paying 100K for this,
All
fellas?
right. Okay. Jessica, what's the age range you would date? You're 30.
I would have to say 35 to 55.
Okay. 35 to 55. Could he have kids already?
I prefer not, but one at max.
One at max?
Her
Boy,
preference.
you prefer a man with no kids too?
Yeah,
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Before she gets it straight, let me get this straight. You watch Kendra's. If you don't, I'm glad you're here to watch it because this is the norm. I'm glad Jess is keeping it a buck. She's standing on her square and her truth and not coming off of it. But, bro, you got to be rich now. If you want to date Jessica with one kid, principal wherever she's the principal at, she needs 100K a year from you, sir. Not 75.
You gotta make 100K, provide for you and your 7-year-olds, and he should also not have kids.
correct.
Why would that man do that?
Kendra
I just like
Samuels.
the person that's for me is going to provide for me and my child, and it's going to be about us as a unit and not anything outside of that.
Well,
Not
In the past, Kendra would say, I believe you can find this man. I'm sure there's a man out there willing to pay 100K a year for you and your kid. But now, I guess it's
I
2025,
that
just
was
Kendra
the
get it.
G.
child's father's job to do that. That was the deal you're supposed to make with him. So now you're asking a man who never had a kid.
I just like the person that's for me is going to provide for me and my child, and it's going to be about us as a unit and not anything outside of that.
Well, yeah,
Now, if
that
it's
was the
getting
child's father's job to do that. That was the deal you're supposed to make with him.
Oh,
So now you're
no.
asking a man who never had a kid to make that deal with you, and you're saying if he
mhm.
had a kid, you wouldn't even do in return for him.
Preference wise, I wouldn't want nobody that had a child. I mean, if they got a child, okay. But preference wise, perfect, ideal. I wouldn't want nobody that had a child.
Explain to me why you don't want a man with a child.
I feel like that would come with too much drama.
So you wouldn't
Really?
date yourself.
No,
Can't make this up, people. Just let her keep going.
Well, at least there you have it. At least she's aware. She doesn't want her. Opposite of her. She would not date herself. So if there's a man that's willing to date her, even though she wouldn't date herself, she wants you to date her.
Wish
You
more
understand
women
how
would
that
be
sounds,
honest, though.
Jessica?
hmm
How does that sound to you? Like literally, let's have girl talk. Let's have girl talk. Understand how that makes sense to you. If
But no, I like that Kendra does this now because she's past the delusion. She's past the just fairy tale that, most women like to live in. She's getting over it.
you literally wouldn't make the deal you're asking another person to make. How does that make sense?
if you're asking ideally what I want, it's just what I want. And if I can't get what I want, then I'll just be by
I
myself.
understand that, but still
hmm
help me answer this question directly. How does it make sense to ask a man to accept something that you would not accept yourself?
It's just what I want. I mean, I don't have no other answer for you.
No, you're a principal. You are educated. You don't get to a principal about being educated. That's a simple, basic answer. I want you to use your thought process right now and really answer this. We're not going to glide over this because you're intelligent. Don't become a principal without being intelligent. I really am trying to understand your mind. It can't just be that's what I want. How do you expect somebody to accept something that you would not accept?
See, and Kendra asking, you're doing the work for us now, Kendra. We don't get. We used to do that. I'm new, so other creators used to do this to break down what you weren't breaking down, to make the points that you weren't making, but you're making them now. I don't know if you went back and watched Kevin Samuels. I don't know if you're dealing with more men who are just like giving you the real about what's going on, whatever they're seeing. But you have changed your temperature,
Just
Kendra. You
because
have,
I am in the predicament that I am in right now, where I have a
or
child where the
whoever.
father has not done what they're supposed to do allegedly, then that doesn't mean that I can't aspire to have. I am in right
I know y'all seen that stiff arm. I'm
now
sorry.
where I have a child where the father has not done what they're supposed to do allegedly, then that doesn't mean that I can't aspire to have the perfect fairy tale life. I'm still seeking it.
So you want to live in fairy tale? Okay, okay, that's fine. So before
Oh,
I even get to the fairy tale,
fairy
you
tale.
don't think that it's unfair to require a man to take care of your child when if he had a kid, you wouldn't be willing to love on their child?
I'm not saying that I wouldn't be willing to love on that child.
But you said
Preference
that you
wise,
prefer a man with no
I
kids.
just, correct.
So you want to have more kids.
I do.
Okay. I'm okay. Now back to fairy tale. So if this man never comes along, you're fine with just you and your child for the rest of your life.
I am.
Okay. Did I ask you your last relationship?
No, you didn't.
What was your last relationship?
2 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with?
You ain't gonna answer.
2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So are you on a celibacy journey?
My bad.
I am.
Until when?
Until my husband.
Woo! Okay.
Fellas. On top of her list of every qualification you need to have, are you willing to wait? I would go back to the Kendra Cam. Are you willing to wait? Also, on top of everything else, you got to take care of that little girl she just stiff armed out. You've seen that. You got to pay all her bills, maybe. I'm guessing. Got to get her wig done. That wig right there she got on. And you got to wait for the monkey. Are you sure you want to do that? Are we doing that? Is, is she?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Oh, it gets
Just
better. It gets
okay.
better.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, let's go.
So we have to make 100K.
Uh-huh.
That's
Mhm.
our preference.
Uh-huh.
If he makes less, don't even reach out. Prefer the man with no kids.
Uh-huh.
Prefer the man with no kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he will not have sex with you until your wedding night.
Correct.
Correct.
I don't think I even did this
Correct.
in 2025. Here's the man, Jessica. Here is this is the only man on the planet that is going to sign up for that deal. You got the first paper of 2025.
I'll take it. I mean, ain't none of the like it.
You gonna have to take it. Give me that. You gonna get so all the shit you just told me about. Email it. I'll scan it in the email. Invite me to the wedding.
I'll be waiting on the email.
I think this. I think. Listen. I pray. I'm not saying. No, I am saying. If you meet a good man that's willing to love on your child, not a bum. I'm not talking about a bum. No bums. But a man that's willing to love on you and your child, and let's just say he don't make 100K. Let's say he has a child himself. God, you should give that man a chance. Because I think you'll be waiting on this man to the end of time. I don't think the man you told me is end of time.
Until
Okay.
then, email me him right there.
Okay, well, there's one more question. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I am everything that a man wants, but they've just got to come correct.
What? Okay, you gotta tell us what are the everything?
I cook, I clean, I am a natural nurturer. Um, it's just a one-stop shop. You don't have to go nowhere else.
Okay.
Okay.
We got some paid questions. Do you want the paid questions? Oh, wait, I
course.
can go over some things. What are 3 flaws we have to work?
Ooh, being too independent. Um, mm, What else? No, you put me on the spot with that one.
You never thought about your 3 flaws?
No?
No flaws.
You're a principal?
Yes.
Like you're responsible for children.
Yes. I got too much other stuff to be worried about and to be worried about my flaws. I only take it one step at a time in therapy. And
Oh, you're
right
in
now
therapy.
I am. And right now we working on the one that I just said. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So here's the paid questions. Here we go. I'm not gonna read them all, so stop sending money. Wait. Someone said her baby just asked for something to drink and she didn't acknowledge her kid.
She got a Stanley sitting right next to her. She fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, you have a daughter. I said son earlier.
It's okay.
Delusion is an all-time high. Baby, you not fine enough to be this picky. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Divine Photos. Where has living in La
Divine
La Land
Photos.
gotten you? No man with any common sense is taking this deal. Know the difference between abstinence and celibate. You are abstinent. This one said delusional AF. Have you ever dated the man of her dreams? Fairy tale. Have you ever dated the man you described?
I have.
What happened with him?
Where is he?
I wasn't ready.
What?
You met a man. Okay, he made 6 figures.
Okay.
He had no kids.
Correct.
Wanted to be with you and not have sex until marriage.
Correct.
Bam.
When did you meet this man?
That was about 4 years ago.
You said you've been abstinent for 2 years.
Right.
So 4 years ago you wasn't abstinent.
Right.
Why did you say yes when I said he would be willing to wait for sex? That wasn't your ruling.
We don't know.
That wasn't the same person. You in my business. The math ain't mathing.
No, your math's not mathing.
Bro,
you tell
I
me.
know. I just said you in my business. Next question.
I mean, we're trying to. Listen, the truth.
Look at y'all. Look how y'all get.
So you said that you met this man, and your 3 requirements was make at least 6 figures,
100,
no kids,
none,
and no sex until you get married.
Can't do it.
You said, have you ever met this man? You said yes.
Yeah.
You said 4 years ago.
Right.
But you only been celibate for 2 years. So
Correct.
that
Correct.
3rd requirement wasn't even there 4 years ago, according to what you told us.
Correct, because the person that I was 4 years ago and the person that I was 2 years ago are not the same one.
Oh.
Right. So therefore, the answer is you never met a man
huh?
that was willing to do all 3. If you're going back to that man,
I never had sex. I never had sex with that man
How long did you date that man?
for about a year and a half.
What?
So you dated a man for a year and a half and never had sex with him.
Correct.
Why did you date him for a year? Okay, you didn't have sex because you didn't like him?
I wouldn't say it wasn't because I didn't like him. I was just trying to see what else was there besides a physical connection.
Okay, but here's the deal. 4 years ago, you didn't have sex with him, but you had sex with somebody else because you said your celibacy just began 2 years ago. So
Right.
as you was dating him, you was sleeping with somebody else?
Correct, because it's called dating. We weren't in a relationship.
Yeah, because you didn't like him. That's what it comes down to. So the man that he was, I don't know what he lacked, but he made 6 figures. Right? You're telling me.
Right.
I'm going for what you told me.
I thought you were going down the list. Okay.
No, he made 6 figures. You're saying yes, and he had no
Correct.
kids.
Correct.
And while he was dating you for a year and a half, you were sleeping with another person.
Yes.
She about to hang it up.
So the person you were sleeping with,
You see her about to hang it up?
did he not make 6 figures?
That's irrelevant.
Oh, no, it's not.
Because the point of the matter is, we're about to prove that you will have sex with a man that doesn't make 6 figures. You will have
It's called
you will have a
dating.
baby by a man who doesn't make 6 figures. But now you got these other requirements of a man that you've never met. So that guy must have didn't make 6 figures that you were sleeping with while the 6-figure guy was dating you.
But
Kendra's cooking. We're gonna let her cook. Kendra's cooking. Let's see you back.
it's called dating. You
It's
can't
called
talk to
dating.
multiple
Okay,
people while you're dating.
but I want you to understand, the first of the question is this: you lied. You never met a man that had all those 3 that wanted to be.
Kendra Samuels Sorry to keep pausing. She's making
That's a
Kevin
lie.
Samuels point.
How was that a lie?
Because you haven't described. You just said this man you didn't make six figures that you were sleeping with while the six-figure guy was dating.
But it's called dating. You can't talk to
But
multiple
okay, it's
people while
called
you're
dating.
dating.
But I want you to understand, the first of the question is this: you lied. You never met a man that had all those three that wanted to be with you. That's a lie.
How was that
Um,
a lie?
because you haven't described. You just said this man you was dating. Of course, he had six figures, whatever. But you didn't like that guy because you were sleeping with somebody else. So if this
Two
guy
things
had
can be true.
all these things that you had, you didn't like him, so you don't want to have sex with him. So you went to have sex with a guy who did not make six figures.
Okay.
I love how y'all just
Or
sound
tell me if I'm
crazy
wrong. Did the guy
and
you were sleeping with,
You
did he have
are
six?
wrong. Two. I feel
Okay,
like two
okay,
things. Two
so the
things.
guy that you were sleeping with made six figures. Made six figures.
Two things can be true at the same
I'm just
time.
want you just help me. I mean, the guy that you was sleeping with while you was dating the guy you said that had all this stuff. Did he make six figures?
Yes.
Why couldn't you be with him?
I didn't want to be with him. You can date and more than one thing can be done.
Why?
Can
How
be
come the
true at the
first
same
time you
time.
said it was irrelevant? Why'd you say it was irrelevant
Because
the
you
first
said
time?
asking me the same question.
No, I wasn't. I was asking about the guy that was able to have sex with you while the other guy who dated you for a year and a half couldn't.
Personal preference.
What's the address?
Send
yes,
it over, Kendra.
please. Back to it.
What
All
is
right.
the address, girl? You got a lot of paid questions. I can't get to all these paid questions, people. But Dear Major said, um, childish, delusional, selfish. You don't get better than your child's father.
You paid $10 to send that? That's crazy. Say that again.
I think it's a riddle.
I
If
don't.
one of your students struck a teacher and you asked the student why he did it, would you accept I don't know for an answer?
It depends. Does the child have needs?
What?
I don't know. Mr. Patrick said, this mindset is insane to me. They should call her just hilarious because I'm cracking up at the I think let me see. Oh wait, this one said. All right, I think we're done with the questions. Why
Okay.
we did the why would a guy be lucky to be? Are you on the dating app, Jess?
I am not. My friend actually put me up to come onto your show. I didn't know you had an
You cut your friend out after
app.
she set you up, set you up,
Alley hoop.
and she set you up, and she set you up. But Jess, you're gonna be a highlight. So I mean, you just pretty much everything I said they're gonna say, but it's already good. All right, download the dating app if you want six. So let's repeat: over six figures, no kids is preference. I think she'll negotiate that, but the preference is no kids and no sex until she gets married.
Correct. Add my friend. She's in the waiting room, the one that set me up.
What's her friend in the waiting room? I'm gonna go get her right now. What's her name?
Tree.
Trees?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna get Trees. Okay. Wait, I don't see her in the waiting room. I don't see Trees. Let me get Kyra first. I think I told Kyra I was gonna get her next. I got a lot of people in the waiting room tonight, but Trees. Oh no, she's up next. Trees? Okay, she's right there. I'll get her right now. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye, baby. Um, Trees.
Hello.
You told Jess to call us?
So I did. Listen, Jess is, first of all, I love her, but she is, I admire her because she really lives in, I kind of decentered man for a while, like the last 5 years. I watch her show because I really feel like women control what.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
So many women accept stuff. Last 5 years, I watch her show because I really feel like women control what men do. Basically, so many women accept stuff, so men are able to keep doing it. And you say that a lot. But Jess really lives in a life of like a fairy tale. And I admire her because I've been through a lot. So I think I'm kind of harder when it comes to relationships. But she's still at the point where she believes in love and things like that. And I don't like that to be stifled because she really can't have everything she wants. And I tell her that all the time. Like she's a real beautiful person. Um,
Well, Trees, how about this? I got this question. and she couldn't really give me an answer for it.
Okay.
She basically, and she said she would not date herself. So help me understand, how does it make sense to ask somebody to accept a deal that you would not accept yourself?
So, in the same breath, I am hard on Jeff for, just for stuff like that. She can believe that, and I don't knock her believing it. She asked her what her preference. So
No,
preference,
but no, yeah, there's a preference. But then
Oh,
I go back to the
brother, this
figure.
guy
And then I
stinks!
say, if he made 75K, should he not reach out? She said, no, don't reach out.
and I don't fully agree with that. Only because I feel like if I pay 100% of the bill, the man comes in and pay 50%. That's 50% off of me. So my life is already easier. So I just look for someone who can make life here. You know what I mean? And vice versa for them. But I can't knock her for feeling like that. Now we do live in an area where 75K is still a lot. And I look at data, I pull the numbers, the average here in our area is 40 to 60,000. So maybe she needs to move to Atlanta or New York, or you know what I mean?
Well,
But
I think that what happens is, listen, I always say this, I'm not God, right? So I'll never say anything is absolute. But the bottom line is this: you are asking a man to accept a deal that you would not accept yourself, which right there should tell you this is not a good deal. Like, as simple as that. As simple as that. What I would not accept me, I would not accept this, but you should accept it. That doesn't
I'm
even
not
make sense.
I'm not negating what you're saying. What I'm saying is I don't think it's wrong. Like you have to be around her. Like her
I
personality.
don't know. I don't gotta be around her. This was
Oh,
the only
bring the
no,
little
no,
man.
no. Y'all
Bring the
let
little
me tell
man
you
with the
something. No,
papers.
no, listen,
But
let me go on to you. No, I don't gotta be
okay.
around her. That's your friend. Let's continue. Shree.
And her friend just lets her live in La La Land, guys. So, you know, we're just not taking accountability. But that's her preference. So I guess it's funny. It's funny how a lot of ladies get these preferences after they have the baby, after the kids here. Gotta have them before the babies, man. I'm not gonna be another person saying you're devalued because you have children, blah blah blah. But if you feel us, you gotta have the ring first. Y'all put all the, and having the ring first really don't even matter. I've been your host, Jay Stat. This has been Kendra G nonsense. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you would like to see more videos like this. I'll ask you.
Jay Status, you a fool for this one.